Let's go back. Okay, let's look at the list. Let's recap. Okay, let's mute this, or let's let's just bring the sound down a little bit, right? All right, biggest takeaways. Where's my page? Okay, biggest takeaways. Mario Kart 9. Oh shoot. Whoops, I'm not even typing on the right page. Okay. What are my biggest takeaways from this? So, new Mario Kart. That's awesome. 9, new Mario Kart. This game's gonna be a lot of fun. Having more drivers and having the sort of King of the Hill type race is gonna be super cool. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun for sure, especially online play wise.
Introducing Knockout Tour. Race non-stop from one corner of the world to another.
Especially the the open world part is where I think I'm gonna get kind of confused, or I'm gonna use that least, because I don't understand what the point of it is necessarily. Because if you're just driving around taking pictures, I don't see the fun in that. Me personally, like this part right here where it's saying free roam, I don't get it. But okay, sure, why not? Unless that's how you get to other parts of the map to unlock them, but it doesn't really make sense to me either. But okay, here you. I'm gonna move this to the other side. Other big takeaways. This chat feature, I think it's cool. I think it was about time that it came to Nintendo. The quality is probably where I'm gonna have the most questions, because the camera quality doesn't seem to be super great, and the audio quality, I can't imagine it's gonna be that amazing. But if you can add your own microphone or connect your own camera to it, I'm sure it'll be better. So that'll be a good way to kind of get around those issues. So that's pretty neat. What are things? Oh man, that looks. I'll tell you what, it looks rough, to say the least. Like, look at the bottom screens, the other gameplay. But again, I don't think that's the selling point of this. I think it's really being able to just talk to your friends or see their faces, reactions, and things like that. Next thing. Sharing games, I think that's cool. I think they needed that since forever ago. The actual design of the console, I think, is cool. I think it's good. I think the magnets thing is really interesting. I'm interested to see this little part in the middle, how that's going to hold up over long periods of use. Let me see if I can get a better view of it. Where is it? Ah, this is what I mean right here. This is where I think... whoops. Hold on. This is where I think there's going to be a lot of issues. And the same way that the Nintendo Switch had the issues with the Joy-Con controllers, I feel like this is going to be the biggest pain point for people going forward. I think this little piece right here... I think this piece right here is probably going to break down over time. It is not as strong as people think. And people are probably going to... I don't even know if we can anymore. People are going to want to send in their Nintendo Switch to get this repaired. But either Nintendo is not going to do it, or they're going to do it for a price, and you're going to have to send it in for a long time, and it takes forever, etc., etc. But I feel like this piece won't last over time. And then this hinge is absolutely going to get snapped in half. Look at this. Look, they push it all the way down. Kids are just going to take that and just whack, snap that right in half. The 2 USB ports is really cool. I like that. That's finally you can play your game while you're charging. That's awesome. Joy-Cons hopefully are better. This little joy thingy, the little toggle, hopefully won't have that floating issue. This mouse thing I think is interesting. I don't know how well it's going to work in the real world. I imagine it's going to be fine, but I don't think it's going to be a major selling point for people. It'll just be like a nice little add-on that you can use. But I don't think people are going to like get it specifically for the mouse option. Let's see what else. Game cartridges, new game cartridges, different color. That makes sense. That's fine. Not a big deal. The data read requirement for micro SD cards is kind of annoying. I get why, but it is just going to cost a little bit more. At least they have more space in the new Switch, so that's good. I like that. What else? What else? Ah, okay. Nintendo 2 Switch Edition. Going back to my point. I think the reason why they're tacking on the plus this Jamboree TV plus the other little bits is because Nintendo Switch wants to sell it for the most amount of money while not upsetting the player base that much. Because I think in their hearts they probably would have just charged you full price for the second edition, but they figure, oh, people are going to be upset. Let's tack something on and then maybe do it as just an extension bundle pack thing. And so that way people are more likely to buy it and won't be as upset because they feel like they're getting more for it. Yeah, this is exactly what I mean. I don't know how much this is going to cost. I hope not as much as the original game, but I can see a world where it is. My guess is maybe like $40, and then the Jamboree TV is like an added value thing that you can get on top of the game, so you don't feel like you're just buying the game all over again. My guess. That's what I would do. Same thing for the Zelda. I mean, I guess that's probably why they made this app thing. But I mean, sure. Oh yeah, same thing with the Kirby thing. They're adding the Star-Crossed world so that you feel like you're getting more value out of paying for this expansion or this the Switch 2 edition. Oh, and then this is going to be a Nintendo Switch 2 edition. That makes total sense. It's obvious. I think this is so that they don't. I think this was done so that they don't eat into their sales of the Metroid Prime game. So now you have an option to get, like, say you don't have the funds right now to get the Nintendo Switch 2, you can still get the game and play it. It'll just be obviously a lower quality. But for those that are going to get the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, you don't feel like you have to, how to put it, hold off on it because you know there's a better you don't have to hold off on it because you know there's a better quality version. Same thing for this. See, I would have bought this for the original Nintendo Switch, but I know I'm getting the Nintendo Switch 2, so instead I'll get the Nintendo Switch 2 version, and I won't feel like I have to play a lesser quality or that I have to hold off. So this makes total sense. But this means that my expectations are going to be way higher for the game. And you know how expectations go for Pokemon games. This is what I mean by this whole mouse thing is they have this mouse, but they're not really, they just have one game. And it doesn't seem that extensive. Like, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of gameplay in this. So I'm not really sure why. I would think that they would come out with more games for the mouse, but who knows? Maybe there'll be more. Let's see. And then, of course, just a bunch of big games that already exist, but they're bringing it to the Nintendo Switch 2 again as a selling point because it has more power, right? Elden Ring, Hades 2. What is the other games? But again, I feel like a lot of these games, I would just get them for the PC or another system where I feel like they would run better anyway. Because I know Split Fiction's out and it already runs really well on other systems. Hogwarts Legacy 2, also Yakuza HD remakes, that's fine. I called it. Right when I saw, I don't even know when I realized it, but right at the beginning when it said a game for this, I knew it. It was going to be a Hyrule Warriors because they came out with one for Breath of the Wild. It was only natural. It was only obvious they'd come out with one for Tears of the Kingdom. And I bet you the storyline's going to be really cool. I'm excited for this. I think I will get this. Is this coming out for Switch 2 or is this... did they announce Switch 2 or is it just a Switch game? Because I will say this, I will say this, Age of Calamity on the Switch plays well, but it's also kind of rough to look at, to be honest. And so I could see this being put on the Switch 2 and running a lot better. So that'll be fun. That'll be good. Let's see what else. Oh, the GameCube. The GameCube Online. That might convince me to
Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion
to get it.
will be getting a new classic
Oh,
game
wow,
library
so many emails.
exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo GameCube.
This might convince me to get it, but we'll see.
Here are the titles that will be available at
Oh, let's look at the titles because I know I saw some big names on there. Where to go? Okay, here we go. Super Mario Sunshine, that's gonna be huge. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, that'll be huge. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people really like a lot of these games, so I think that'll be a lot of fun. Let's see what else.
Nintendo GameCube.
Milo, shh. Let's see. Where was it? It's around. No. Hold on. Where's it? This is no way. 2025? Because no. I wish, I hope, but I don't believe it. And this, From Software, I guess maybe a lot of people were hoping, waiting for this game, but I've never been a big fan of it, so I don't know, really, to be honest. And then the next Kirby Air Riders. I didn't even know this was a game. I didn't even know this existed. Overall, this is gonna be a lot of fun. I hope as much love and care that went into Mario Odyssey goes into this game, because this will be a really fun game, I think. And if you look at all these like breakaway physics and stuff like that, that's awesome. Okay, here we are. Here we're at the Nintendo Switch 2 homepage. Again, this little piece, I feel like that's gonna be like the biggest issue. Probably these will be fine. The little, what is it, toggle? I don't even know. That'll be good. But where's the price? You can play both games on both. That's fine. Learn more. Stay tuned. Yeah, we know that. Oh, cool. Ooh, okay. So maybe I'll try to see if I can go to this one. Where's the price, though? That's what I want to know. Where's the price?
Thank you for watching so far.
How to buy? Oh, here we go.
To recap, Nintendo Switch 2
But how much is it?
June 5th. Finally, here are the hardware options that will be available at launch. We'll release Nintendo
How much is it?
as well as a bundle that includes
How much is the Nintendo Switch 2? $450. Okay, I was close. I said 400. 450? Oh, that's 450, and that's without the bundle, right? But that's without the game. That's just the Switch 2 by itself, right? Oh man. Oof. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, see, that's without the 500. I knew it. Yep. I knew it was gonna go to 500. Oh man, that's a lot. Ugh. 500? I don't know about that. I don't know. That seems like a lot to me. I don't know. What are your all thoughts? 400 for just the system by itself? It's kind of a lot, isn't it? I thought it was gonna. Well, no, I guess that makes sense. I initially thought it was gonna be maybe like 400, yeah, and then 450 with the bundle, but 500 with everything, and that's not even including your online subscription too. Well, thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate your time. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if that you think that's a fair price. It feels like a lot to me, but I guess it makes sense. Tell me your thoughts about everything else that we covered. A lot of big takeaways. Maybe I'll do another video where we just jump into everything, maybe more of a deep dive, but 500. Oh. 400 without the... Okay. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. We'll talk again later.